Yo, yup, we back, folks. What's good? What's up with my parallel family, bro? Hope y'all got the grabber leaf, whatever you prefer, but you should be smoking out the grabber, folks. But yeah, man, Black Balloons, he keep bringing us heat every day, folks. So Will Smith gets exposed again for turning out Bryshere Gray. I don't even know who that is, but let's see what Big Willie Style got going on. That's a wild name, though.
Surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
Hey, what is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and I'm coming back with another video, man, so y'all already know what's going on.
That's his real name, bro?
Alright, y'all. Now, check this out. I damn near forgot about Bryshere Gray, right? I don't know if I've ever talked about him on the channel. Maybe in like one of those old Jaguar Wright clips. She might have mentioned him that, out of one of the clips I've played, but I don't think I've ever really started a video and talked about him. Now, y'all already know where we going if we talking about Bryshere Gray.
AKA Hakeem from Empire. And similar to August Alsina, after being around the Smiths, Will or Jada or both, something just started to shift. Now let's rewind and bring up Charlie Mack. He's been around since the very beginning of Will Smith's career. Allegedly, he was a bodyguard who turned into something a little bit more closer. Just a rumor that's been going around, and some people say that he just has control over Will. Now, Jaguar Wright claims that Bryshere Gray, Will Smith, Jaden, and Justin Bieber were all caught on one tape together. One room, one camera, if you get what I'm trying to say.
He'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists. Okay. I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids.
And now Bryshere's not acting. He's fully out showing everything on X. And it's all with men, like loud and proud. He's doing it, y'all. And it's really got a lot of people wondering what really happened to him.
Now, y'all might remember, did a video a while back with the guy Bilal, who was like one of Will Smith's close friends with Jada as well, but mostly like he kind of like grew up with Will Smith. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He always goes on Tasha K and gets to talking about a lot of crazy stuff. If y'all remember, he was the one that kind of exposed it, to the public that him and what's his name, Will Smith and Dwayne Martin had a relationship. Remember, he said he walked in on Will Smith. This was a while back. Like, this was one of the first times he went on.
Yo, hold on 1 second. I want to take a minute to show y'all my merchandise. If you see anything you like, go ahead and get you some. You'll be out there looking fly, looking fresh. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Back to the video.
Tasha K and just kind of blew it up to the public on the internet.
So I'm like, okay, we already know, and if you don't know, Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria. I'm like, but I see his car there. I'm like, where's this guy at? So now I'm holding Dwayne down too, so I have the keys to his dressing room. So I'm like, yo, and they're calling I'm on walkie-talkie, and they're calling my cell phone. Yo, we need to get Will here. And I'm like, yo, kind of fuck down. Like, I'm trying to find this. Like, this is unlike him, right? So, all right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second. Who was on top?
It wasn't a top. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him. Murder. It was murder in there.
The industry folks knew, but, like he really put it out there. And he was like, he walked in on Will and
This is
Dwayne
crazy,
Martin,
bro.
and Dwayne Martin was basically blowing his back out. He described it crazy. Like, said he was just giving it to him. I was like, wow, he painted the picture just ridiculous. But so he's back on Tasha K's podcast, but I think the episode lives on her website. Like, it's too crazy for YouTube, so I think it lives on her website. But for some of the people that watched it, they've been posting clips on TikTok, right? So I pulled 2 of those clips and I was like, we got to go ahead and make a quick video about it. I thought it was interesting because once again, he goes in about how they messed up Bryshere Gray,
They trying to get
Will
me on 2K.
Smith, Diddy, people who
Stop now,
basically groomed him and assaulted him and gave it to him as well, and basically had him going crazy. Remember, he was getting arrested, going through all kind of stuff. Said he was peeing in the little makeup rooms on set. I mean, all kind of stuff. I'm gonna let y'all hear the clip here in a second. But we do got Bryshere Gray with the one-eye symbolism. I find them all. But yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna spend the entire video on this topic because I do got some other stuff I want to show y'all. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into this first clip. Check this out.
Said, Will raped me. Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. Charlie made me suck. Well, I'm going to give you a chapter from the book since I owed you something.
Okay.
In the book, in one of the chapters, it talk about mentorship. At this time, of course, I do celebrity product placement. And for the people who don't know, you have to basically have a relationship with hundreds of celebrities in order to make money because you're taking your product to many celebrities. Allegedly, Charlie Mack and Will called me and said, we're coming to your apartment. I'm like, all right, cool. So, but normally I have to go to Will's house if there's a meeting. So Will comes to my apartment allegedly, and Charlie Mack, the rat, the informant, come to my apartment. So they was like, hey, B, look, man, we got this new guy. Will is mentoring. His name is Bryshere Gray. Everybody call him Yaz. He's about to get cast on this major show. I'm like, okay, what you want? I'm thinking they coming to get product. Bryshere was supposed to allegedly star in the reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I said, look, Will, what do you want me to do? He said, I want you to go to Chicago and hold this guy down. I remember like it was yesterday. I turned the computer around. I said, Will, that's what's in my bank account right now, right? Will started laughing, right? And said, I'm gonna make sure you get double that over the course of time. That's my guarantee. So I'm like, jeez. I said, okay. So he said, just make sure you hold them down. Cause he was like, Charlie Mack is not gonna be able to be there. Cause him and Charlie had something else going on. I arrived in Chicago for Empire. It's a damn mess. It's no other way to put it. This dude is going crazy, right? He's out there allegedly with male prostitutes. He's pissing in the trailer. He's acting psychotic, right?
The same thing he's doing now.
Beyond that. But this is why a show is going on. I pulled him to the side. I said, listen, I'm here to help you and so forth and so on. So he was like, all right, I feel that. He said, everybody on the set know you. Everybody seem like they love you. Okay. I want to love you because everybody else love you. I said, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But he kept acting up. And then one day I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, Will raped me. Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. So he crying, no blood is coming from his nose. Yes, you do. And I'm like, yo, listen. So I grabbed my husband. I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come. Is this true? Yeah. No. I'm gonna let you. You about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Oh, we telling something that got paperwork involved. Let me get to the paperwork. I do believe that Will and Jada will be under criminal investigation for sexual crimes, and some of those crimes are with this with this Church of Scientology, allegedly. Remember when we did the first interview and I told you a celebrity was like, you better not say nothing about me and all that other stuff. And I said, Tasha, and you could go back to it and probably put it up. It was Tyrese. Oh, you a tough guy now. Now you a tough guy. Right when all this was going on, because you know I know. You know how many other people that I know but I'm cool with, they never did nothing to me, so I'm letting them slide. Jamie and all them. You asked me, I never said anything bad about Jamie. You know, I never said nothing about Kevin Hart, but you know what I had on Kevin Hart. You know, period. Tasha know. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, real.
That ain't no allegedly.
That ain't no allegedly. You understand what I'm saying? So you know how much I got on so many other celebrities and ain't nothing come out. Nothing come out. If jokers want to jump up to Will and Jada defense now, if jokers want to jump up to Tyrese defense, it's coming out. Listen, even if I gotta go to jail, certain things gonna come out. Cause y'all better leave me alone. Cause once you experience that death, you understand what I'm saying? It's over. And you make a man fear another man when you only supposed to fear God? Y'all got me to that point? No, man. Listen, I wish you would. I ain't worrying about no damn Tyrese. We going into the psychotics, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's deep. Will and Jada are...
So you're saying the reason Tyrese is so emotional and has a lot of issues with females, it kind of gives me mommy issues, is because he's secretly could be down low?
I don't know. Like I told you, I don't speculate. Everything that I know is in here and in my telephone. And I let you hear and see things. And that's the joint I wish you would. So I know Tyrese is going to watch this. And I know people in Dubai that know him out there and what he's been doing out there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, don't play with me. I lived in Kuwait before. Of course, I visited Saudi Arabia. Come on. I'm semi-fluent in Arabic. You know what I mean? So come on. You want to play with me and you trying to stump in the Middle East? Come on, stop playing. And even the same thing with Will. What all these people do, running to Saudi Arabia. Man, don't take that ill behavior over to Saudi Arabia, man. That's all I'm saying. All these people are trying to get the Saudi money now, right? Everybody over there trying to get the Saudi money, right? But don't take that ill behavior over there. Well, at the end of the day, Tasha, I'm not worrying about nothing. Let them come. Let them say something. I'm spanking them all because I'm only saying stuff about people that I got receipts for.
Those two clips were from an episode she did with Bilal probably about a week ago. So, you know, this stuff with Diddy, Jada Pinkett Smith, Church of Scientology, you know, accusations, stuff with Bryshere Gray. Obviously, this stuff is still going on behind the scenes as far as,
Jada Pinkett,
you know, whatever issue Bilal still carries against Will Smith. I mean, he went out and even said that he think eventually criminal charges will be brought against Will and Jada, allegedly, and, you know, through the Church of Scientology. Now, that part I thought was pretty interesting because I do remember, you know, a while back of a lot of people accusing Jada Pinkett Smith specifically of being a member. Now, she comes out to say that she's not a member of the Church of Scientology, which is mostly based on the teachings of L. Ron Hubbard. And if y'all remember some of the videos we've done way back, you know, we've talked about him multiple times, especially with the whole Jack Parsons thing, Aleister Crowley. We've talked about all these guys through multiple videos, right? Now, I think these rumors go all the way back to 2008 when Will started that elementary. It was some kind of like private elementary that they started back in the Calabasas in California, and this was back in 2008. Now, it was like kind of meant, and I think it was an elementary, if I didn't just say that, but it was based on the teachings of L. Ron Hubbard and the Church of Scientology to homeschool Jaden and Willow. So to basically homeschool their own kids. And I'm pretty sure they had, other celebrity kids or families who had a lot of money and were able to attend that school. I'm not sure, but it sounds like some, stuff for wealthy families and, indoctrinating their children, which is the same thing that Will Smith and Jada are guilty of, indoctrinating Jaden and Willow into the industry. I feel like it basically sold them into the industry just like, you know, any other family would have done in their situation when you raise two kids in Hollywood. And we already know how both of them turned out. We just talked about
Yeah, they kids
Jaden
is
recently with the
like
whole creative director with
lost and
Louboutin and
turned
the demonic imagery that they were painting with the
out.
all red and stuff.
Lost and
We just talked about
turned
that, right? But
out.
um I thought those two
Gone,
clips
Kurt.
were interesting because the conversation never ends, until some of this stuff is like brought to light. Because the whole thing with Bryshere Gray, you know, we obviously saw the change, him getting arrested for like, we obviously saw the change
I
in
forgot about
Bryshere
Shorty
Gray.
for real.
He's not that kid that was on Empire, you know, big smile and shit. He's definitely not that kid anymore. But the thing is, clearly, even on Empire, he wasn't that kid that he started out to be either. Because what Bilal was saying was that a lot of this stuff started back then and that he was going crazy on set, but obviously watching the show, you couldn't really tell that. He was just like the troubled son of a rich executive. So you didn't really see it. But a lot of that stuff with him is still yet to be proven. I guess you could call it still speculation and just talk because none of that stuff is really, you know, proven. But with all the stuff that's came out against Diddy, so on and so on, it is not hard to believe that it happened to him. And I definitely would not put it past Will Smith, once again grooming another child. And who else knows what Will Smith has actually been up to with other people in the industry? So with that being said, y'all, I'll go ahead and end it here. Just wanted to get on here and talk about that real quick. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. I know this one was kind of short, but
Oh
yeah,
man.
man, y'all already know what's going on. Y'all let me
So what y'all think, man? Will Smith out here tweaking, folks? He one of the gatekeepers. So let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's crazy right here, folks. All right, man. I'm gone.